Hi, I'm Steve Andrews, also known as the Bard of Ely, and I'm a singer-songwriter and an author and an activist. And I'm very concerned about what is happening to the oceans and to the world in general. And on this show, Saving Mother Ocean, which is the title of my book, Saving Mother Ocean, I am going to be talking to some fellow activists. And today I'm absolutely delighted to have Dixon Bahandagira from Uganda joining us. And Dixon, so pleased to meet you here today. And maybe you can tell us a bit about your background.
Thank you so much. I'm truly happy to be here right now. It's a pleasure. I'm Dixon Bahandagira. I'm a philanthropist, a climate justice activist, and environmentalist from Uganda. I'm the data coordinator for Dandelion Hub African region, and I'm currently running a 1 million tree planting campaign for the betterment of my community. Since it's us, it's our responsibility to transform our community. It's our responsibility to create change. No, if you don't believe in the system, you create your own system. And that's what we are trying to do.
Thank you for that. And I know that you are really on the front lines of, experiencing what is going on with the effects of climate change. Perhaps you could just say a bit about what you've actually seen for yourself, some of the experiences you've actually gone through in Uganda. Let's, tell the world about it.
Yeah, I'm from Africa. I'm from the global south. And historically, Africa is only responsible for the 3% of the global emissions. And we are facing the most brutal impact as a result of climate change, floods, drought, hurricanes, famine, and everything. And this year, it was disastrous in Africa, because they cannot just talk about Uganda. You saw what happened in Nigeria, the flooding. Over 300 plus people were killed because of floods. The flooding in Kasese, my nearby place, flooding occurred, many were displaced, over 50 people died. And this continues to happen, the hunger, the drought, the famine in Karamoja. Many people have died in Karamoja because of hunger, starvation in Madagascar. It's not just about Uganda or what you have experienced, but about Africa. Climate crisis is here and it's happening. Climate change, there is changes in weather patterns. We can't tell the seasons now. And most of African countries are agro-based countries. We depend on agriculture. But now we can no longer dictate the seasons. We can no longer tell the good season for planting or for harvesting. Seasons keep changing.
Thank you for explaining that, Dixon. And I am actually very aware of the situation, which is terrible. And, it's not getting any better, I know. And I know you have a fantastic campaign that you are trying to plant 1 million trees. And maybe you'd like to say something about that and how that's going, And maybe what type of trees are you planting?
Okay, I always love to quote great people. I will try and quote the great Nelson Mandela, who once said, "We have a limited time to stay on earth. We must try and use this period for the purpose of transforming our community, our country, into what we desire it to be." We all desire to be in a better society. We all desire to be in a good community. And we wish well for the next generation. That's why we cannot just watch things happen. We have 3 types of people in this world. We have people who watch things happen, people who talk about what happened, and people who make things happen. and I'm this person who have to make things happen. That's why I had to come up with a solution. Not everyone understands the crisis we are trying to solve. That's why if you understand this crisis, you have to come up with a solution. That's why I decided to come up with a 1 million tree planting campaign, because planting trees is one of the easiest and cheapest way of mitigating climate change. I do this in schools because I want to create awareness, climate education. I teach pupils the impact of climate change, how we can mitigate the crisis. So at the end, we plant trees. I want pupils to grow up loving nature. We need them because they are vital in the fight against this crisis. We plant variety of trees depending on the area, depending on the environment. Fruit trees in schools because we want to increase on the food production. There is bamboo trees in the river banks. You know how they hold the soil farm. The bamboo trees play a big role in avoiding the flooding and rivers from bursting their banks. Cloverio, Misizi, a lot of trees, variety of trees, according to the area, according to the topography of the area. We look at different things in order for us to decide the type of trees to plant. We don't just plant trees. We carry out soil sampling, and we are good to go. We are good to go. Because we need solutions. We don't need problems or pollution. We need solutions.
Yeah, I totally agree. We have the solutions, and we should be putting the solutions into practice. You know, it's why I think like taking action now is often said, and it's important. We all need to be taking action. And I think your tree planting campaign is such an important thing. I was going to ask you as well, because I know you've actually been to COP27, and you could, tell us all a bit about that.
Yeah, I'm lucky I managed to attend COP27, but COP is like any other event now. It is the 27th time it's happening.
Yeah, sure.
But what is the outcome? We want actions. We don't want conferences to talk about this. We dress up well in suits. We want actions. It will only make sense if we come up with solutions, if we come up with actions. This is not about promising. Yeah, COP will always happen. Even COP28 is coming. It will be in Dubai. But which impact does it come up with? The day we see solution, the day we see results, massive results. Okay, I'm excited, I'm happy because we managed to see the loss and damage funds, but we don't need them on papers, we need them in action, we need actions.
I agree with you totally, and like I just said earlier, action is what we need. We don't need any more people just talking and making empty promises and saying, "Oh, we do this next year or whenever." We need stuff to be done now. We need the solutions which we have put into practice. I totally agree with you, and it's such a shame that we keep having these summits, these conferences, and there's all these people go and they do a lot of talk, but we still don't get the action we need. But having said that, I'm just wondering, did you actually make any contacts there that are going to be, able to help you with what you're doing with your tree planting campaign?
Yeah, of course. It's an opportunity for us to meet as activists. It's an opportunity for us to meet people who are truly interested in the climate change, people who are good at coming up with solutions, people who can create a big impact. It's a massive. I met a lot of people who are ready to support projects, people who are ready to transform their communities. And the motivation you get when you meet good people, people who care about the environment, people who care about nature. It's a morale boosting for us. And you get to add your voice, because this is about representing the voiceless. It's about representing the community. You know, you have to listen to the most affected people and areas, because we are on the front line of the climate crisis. Even though Africa is only on the front line, but not on the front pages of these discussions.
I appreciate what you just said there, that, you know, you are on the front lines, but you are not on the front pages. You should be on the front pages. You know,
Yeah,
this is what
if
we
you're
need.
trying to fight the crisis.
Well, I think, you know, that first of all, I'd just like to thank you again very much for being on the show today. And, you know, perhaps you could tell us about, like, how can people get in touch with you? You know, what is the best way to, well, in fact, what is the best way for people to help your tree planting campaign? Because that's what you really need.
Yeah. I need support, because I can't do this alone. I can do this with people who love nature, people who want to contribute. No, it's important to be remembered as a person who tried to help the next generation, not a person who gave up. And we still have time. We still have time to make everything right. Even though at some point we have been tried by our leaders or what, but as people, we can make everything right. I have a Go Get funding whereby everyone can support, so that we can achieve our goals and target. I will send the link. I think it will be better if you attach the link on this podcast, so that many people can truly support, because it's us to come up with solutions. And we need solutions. It's important to support the local initiatives that are on ground, initiatives that are impacting the lives of the people. And that's the only way we shall defeat this crisis. Many amazing people are doing good work out there. It's not only me, many people, many activists are on the front line trying to fight this crisis. And I salute and respect every activist. It's hard, but if you sacrifice your career, if you truly sacrifice everything for the better of your community, it's amazing. And respect them. This is not only about me. There are many amazing people out there doing great work, risking every day to make everything right, coming up with solutions, coming up with good policies, coming up with innovative measures, the adaptation measures and mitigation measures. And I'm very proud of them. They motivate me. I'm motivated by activists out there. I'm motivated by good leaders out there. Not politicians, but leaders.
Yeah, thank you for all that you've said there. I agree with you. And I know there are and actually there's more and more people coming forward all the time. And that's something that I hope that this show, and I hope that what you're saying and what I'm saying, you know, will encourage even more. We just need more and more people all around the world to be taking action, coming forward and doing what they can. And I liked actually what you said about, you know, local communities. We all need to be doing what we can where we are, you know, with our communities. This is important. And I think, you know, if enough of us do take action, if enough of us do whatever we can, you know, we can turn this around. And I'm hopeful, and I see that you're hopeful, and I think this is what we need. We just need to keep inspiring people, keep encouraging people, keep doing what we can. And I would like to just thank you again very much for being on the show today. And I think, you know, we leave it there, because we don't want to talk too much, otherwise we're going to be losing people. And I really appreciate everything you said. So thank you, Dixon.
Thank you so much. Kudos. Asante sana.
Thank you.